Hi, this is Joe from 13 Top Tricks, and I am going to be going over practice hands 1 through 4 from part 2, lesson 1, and here we go. Okay, so here's hand number 1, and we find ourselves playing a contract of 3 spades. Now that means we need to take 9 tricks or more to make the contract. All right, it's 3 spades by the north. And that means the opening leader is going to be East. So the first thing we need to talk about is what is East going to lead? Well, we look at our hand and we've got the Queen and Jack of clubs. That's top of 2 touching high cards. If we're defending a suit contract, a trump contract, it's fine to lead the top of 2 touching. And that's what we do. Now, what we have to do when the dummy comes down is we need to count our losers. So the first thing we need to realize is we need 9 tricks in order to make this contract. That means we can afford at most 4 losers. So the first step we have to take is counting our losers. Now, which hand do we count our losers in? We count it in the hand that has more trumps. The north hand has more trumps. So we're going to be counting losers from the north hand. Now, let's start with the spades. We've got all of the top spades, and we've got 8 of them. So as long as something weird doesn't happen with the spades, we don't have any spade losers. Hearts. We've got the ace of hearts, but after that, we've got 3 small hearts in the north hand. That means we've got 3 losers. Clubs. Well, we've got the ace in the dummy to cover one of our losing spades, clubs rather, but then we have another one. So there's one losing club and then diamonds. I've got ace little. That means I've got one losing diamond. So 3 losing hearts, 1 losing club, that's 4, and a 5th losing card, the diamond, means that we have too many losers. When we have too many losers, we need to ask ourselves, what can we do about it? Now, we learned 2 different ways to get rid of losers. We can throw a loser on a winner, or we could trump a loser. So, do I have a long suit in the dummy that I could toss away a losing heart or a losing diamond or a club on? No. I don't see any winners in the dummy that I could discard a loser on. So that's no good. What about trumping? Is there any loser I can trump in the dummy? Well, looking at the dummy, I see 2 little hearts. If I can get rid of those hearts, I can then trump. I can trump them, can I? Okay. So I think in order to make this contract, I need to trump losers in the dummy, the south hand. Trump losing hearts specifically. Now, let's show you how to make this work. So, ace of clubs, they're going to encourage by playing the deuce. Remember, defensive signal, a low means you like it. And I'll play this 5. Now I'm in control. Now, I can see, because I'm looking at all 4 hands, that the trump are broken 3 and 2. Now, I could draw all of the trump if I want, but if I did that, what would I be left with in the dummy? No trumps left. It would take 3 rounds to draw their trumps. That means I would have no way to trump my losing hearts. This hand, you have to wait to draw the trump. We're not going to draw trump right away. We're going to play the hearts. So we play a round of hearts and we take the ace. And now what we have to do is get rid of this heart from the dummy to set up our ruff. So we're just going to lose it. We've got a losing heart. We're just going to lose it. Now, the defense isn't stupid. The defense isn't stupid. They see that we took the heart out of the dummy. Why? Because we're planning to trump it. We're planning to trump hearts. If you're on defense, how do I stop them from trumping hearts? Well, we can lead a trump ourselves. So I play the 4. Now, I have a decision to make. Do I want to be in the north hand, or do I want to win this in the south hand? Because either one's an option. Well, my plan was to trump hearts. If I'm going to trump hearts, where do I have to be? I have to be in the north hand. So I'm going to take the ace. And now I'm going to trump a heart. Okay, super. Let's do it again. Let's trump another heart. But in order to trump hearts, I have to be in the north hand to lead them. I just trumped in the south hand, so that's where I'm at. Well, can I get to the north hand? Ah, yes, the ace of diamonds. I'll use that now. So I use the ace of diamonds for transportation. Now I'm going to trump another heart. They have no choice but to play the queen. I trump with the queen of spades. Now, they're also out of hearts. They could trump, but I trumped big. They can't play a larger one, so they'll just throw a card away. They don't think the 2 of diamonds is useful. All right. Now, I'll lose a diamond. And I'll lose a club. Whatever I play next is going to be trumped. And now it's just a matter of cashing out the rest of the trump. Now it's time to draw the trump. There's one more left. I take it out and I'm done. Look at that. I even made an extra trick on this one. I even made an extra trick. All right. Okay, hand number 2. This time we're in 4 hearts by the east. That means the lead is going to come from the south. Now, similar to what we saw on the last hand, a good lead is the top of 2 touching cards against a suit contract. So we would play the king of spades as the lead. Now, the first thing we have to do is the same thing we had to do last time. We have to think about our contract, think about our goal. We need at least 10 tricks because this time we're in 4. And we need to count our losers. So we're going to count our losers in the hand with longer trump. East has 5 trump, West has 4. So we're counting losers in the East hand. Now, hearts. We're missing the ace of hearts. That's the only big one we're missing. So that's one loser. And it's trump. We're always going to lose the ace of hearts. Not much we could do about that. Spades. Well, I've got the ace, and that covers one of the 3 small cards, but the other 2 I can't do anything about. Okay, fine. So I've got 2 losing spades and a losing heart. We can't afford any more losers. Uh-oh, I've got 3 winning diamonds. That's good. No problem there. No losing diamonds. but I've got a losing club. I've got the ace missing. I've got the king and the queen in the dummy, but the ace is missing. If they score that ace of clubs and the two spades and the ace of hearts, that's 4 losers. That means I will fail. What can I do about it? So this time I need to ask myself, can I get rid of a loser somewhere? Okay. So what is my plan? Well, I want to take the ace of spade. And right away, I realize something. The losers I have are fast. What does that mean? If the opponent gets control, they can get their tricks right away. My losers are fast. I'm missing the ace of hearts. I'm missing the top spades remaining. I'm missing the ace of clubs as well. So the losers I have, if the opponent gets control, they can take their 3 winners right away, and I will go down because we already lost, I'm sorry, 4 winners that they're going to get: 2 spades, a heart, and a club. So what are we going to do about this? If you draw trump, what will happen is you're going to give them control. So if you play a heart to draw the trump out of their hand, they're going to take their ace and they can cash their winners before I know what hits me. So before I play the trump suit, I need to get rid of a loser. Now, I'm looking at a way to get rid of one of these losers. Where is it? One of the ways that we learned to get rid of a loser is we can put it on a winner. So you have to look at the opportunities you have. Is there any place that you could ditch one of your losers? Yes, on the diamond winners. So we realize that if we play our diamonds, we've got 2 more winning diamonds. One of the ways we can dispose of one of our losers is by putting it on a winner. So I cash a second round of diamonds, and I cash the king of diamonds. Now there's a risk here. It could get trumped. I don't know what the diamonds look like in the opponent's hands yet. I'm hoping they don't trump my diamond. I'm going to discard one of the losing spades. Now I can trump my other losing spade. Now that I've set up my diamonds and tossed off a losing spade, now I can just play a heart. I'll draw the trump, and now they can try and cash their spades. But now you see that if they play another spade, I'm going to trump it. And they'll just get the ace of clubs at this point. So let's suppose they play a heart just because they don't want to lead out of their hand. Okay, so they give up the lead. Now I know the trump are gone. I'm just going to take this spade and I'll ruff it. And now I'll play the king of clubs. That'll promote my queen to a winner. And now you see, no matter what they do, I'm going to make the rest of the tricks. I've got the remaining trump, and I have the top remaining club, the queen. So I only lost 3 tricks to north-south. I make my contract. Okay, on to hand number 3. So this time the contract is 4 hearts by the south. That means we need to take 10 tricks again. Hearts are trump. What is the lead? The lead is going to be the queen of clubs. This is a nice sequence. Queen, jack, 10, 9. Okay. Top of touching cards is usually a pretty good lead. So we play the queen of clubs as the lead, and now we have to count our losers. So looking at the trump suit, we have one losing card missing that's high, the queen. So we're missing the queen. That's a loser. Spades. Well, we have 3 spade losers. Remember, we're counting in the south hand. But one of the things that I realize, I look at the dummy, and one of the things I could do about those spades is after losing one, I could trump one. So maybe we don't lose more than 2, really. Okay. Diamonds. Oh, I'm missing the king and I'm missing the jack. That's not good. Those are 2 losers there. Clubs, I'm okay. I've got ace and king, and I have 2 in my hand here in the south. That means I don't have any club losers. Now, what can I do about these losers? Well, this is an exercise in finessing, okay? So I've got 3 opportunities for a finesse. Can you spot the 3 opportunities? Actually, you have 4 opportunities if you count the finesse on the hearts. But when you've got 9 cards missing the queen, it's not right to play for the finesse usually. That's something we'll cover in another lesson. But diamonds. Let's see the diamond suit. I've got 2 finessing opportunities in diamonds, believe it or not. I could lead a low diamond toward the 10, or I can lead a low diamond toward the queen. Okay? The other finesse opportunity I have is the king of spades. I could lead a low spade toward the king. We're going to show you these. So first thing I want to do is I want to take care of the trump suit because I don't want them to trump my winners. So I'm going to draw the trump and I'm counting. I know there's 4 missing, and I just saw 2 of them come out of my opponent's hands. And I'm going to play another one. 1, 2. 4 trump have been played out of my opponent's hands. They're out. I can stop drawing them. Now, because we're in the south hand, we're going to try the diamond finesse first. Remember, a finesse is an attempt to win a trick with a card that's not high. The queen and the 10 are not high. So I'm going to lead a little card. Now, the West player is looking at the dummy and they know that they're in trouble because they know they're holding the king and the jack. They play small. And we're going to do what's called a deep finesse. We're going to try the 10. And it works. They can't beat it in the east hand. So now we're up in the dummy. We know the diamond finesse has worked. We know that the West player probably has the king and the jack. In order to try the finesse again, we need to be down in the south hand. We're in the wrong hand to finesse again. We need a way to get there. Well, there's a couple ways we can get there. We can, if we want, play the ace of clubs and then trump a club. That's one way to get to our hand. Now we try the finesse again. This time, they try the jack. We are going to put in the queen, and it holds. Oh, good. We can cash the ace of diamonds. And I'm watching very carefully, and one thing I noticed, this was the 3rd time I played diamonds, and look at that. Everybody followed. Everybody played a diamond every time. 3 times 4 is 12. That 9 of diamonds is the very last diamond. It's the 13th diamond. Nobody has any diamonds left. Nobody has any trump. Oh, that's a good card then. I'll dump a spade. Now what? Well, we're going to play for the finesse in spades now. We're already going to make this contract, but I'm greedy. I want all the tricks I can get. So I try a small spade. If they go up with the ace, then my king is good. If they put in the queen or the jack, now I'll play the king and it's good. As long as the ace is in the east hand, I'm going to score one of these spade tricks. Okay? So that's that. I'm going to lose that one spade. Not much I can do about that. And then the rest are mine because I have nothing but trumps. Okay? So on this one, I actually end up making 12 tricks. I only was contractually obligated to bring in 10, but I got 12. So this is called making 2 over tricks. All right. Okay, here is the last hand, hand number 4. This time the contract is 4 hearts in the west. North is the leader, and they've got this nice sequence. They're going to lead the queen of diamonds. We can afford only 3 losers. So let's count our losers. Well, let's start with the trump suit. Well, we've got all the top trump. No losing trump. Spades. We've got the ace, but after that, too little. So we've got 2 losing spades. Diamonds. We have ace, king, but after that, we're out of big cards. We've got 1 losing diamond. We also have a losing club. We have a losing club. So we have 4 losers and we can only afford 3. What can we do about one of the losers? Well, can we trump one of the losers in the dummy? Well, no. Look at the dummy. We've got 3 spades in the dummy and 3 spades in our hand. So because the suits are equal length, we can't trump anything in spades. Okay, well, what about diamonds? Oh, same thing. 3 diamonds, 3 diamonds. We can't trump a diamond in the dummy. We'd love to trump one of those losing diamonds, but we can't. Okay, well, what else can we do? One of the ways that we can get rid of a loser is how? We could throw it on a winner. Do we have a suit, a winner we could throw it on? Well, not yet. But look at our opportunity in the club suit. We've got the queen and a little one in the west hand, and then we've got king, jack, 4, and 3. We're only missing the ace. So if we promote our clubs to winners, then we can use the clubs to discard a losing diamond or a losing spade. Either one would work. So there's your plan, but ooh, this is tricky. We have to make sure that once the clubs are set up, we can get back to the dummy. So this is a problem where we have to save our entries. This is an entry management problem. We need to save transportation to the east hand. So watch how we do this. We're going to play a diamond. They're going to follow suit. They're going to discourage. They're going to say, I don't have good diamonds for you. And we'll take our ace or our king. Doesn't matter too much. Now, in order to set up those clubs, I need to drive the ace out. Now, if you draw trump first, there is a problem. They can cut you off from the dummy. I'm going to show you the wrong way to play this hand first. If you draw trump first, you can get the trump out. We play the high card from the short side. And now there's one more trump left. We've taken out 8. We've got 4 left in our hand. That means the opponent has 1. All right, we got rid of all the trumps. Okay, so what? Now our plan is to set the clubs up. All right, so we play the queen, and all we need is the North player to take the ace. If they take the ace of clubs, then our clubs are set up and we'll be able to use the winning clubs to discard. But the North player's far too smart for that. They're saying, no, I'm not going to take the ace. Uh-oh. They didn't take the ace. Okay, well, we'll play another club. Uh-oh. Now they took it. Look what I've done. I don't have a way to get back to the dummy. I don't have a way to get back to the dummy. I'm out of clubs. This is called cutting off communication. They've severed the link between the dummy and the declarer's hand. Now when they play their diamonds, now I can't get to those winning clubs. They're just sitting there. They're stranded. I'd love to get back to them, but I can't because I used up all of my transportation. Now I'm going to show you the right way to do this hand. Okay. They lead the queen of diamonds. And I take my ace. First thing I'm going to do is set that club up. Now, they might play small. And hold up that ace 1 round. But they're probably going to take the second one. Because they're worried that if they don't take it now, they might not get it. Now that they've taken their ace of clubs, they keep pressing on the diamond suit because they know they can set up that 10 if they just keep pushing. Now their 10 is set up. Now it's safe to draw the trumps. But what I want to do is I want to end in the dummy when I'm done drawing trump. This is a little tricky. So I'm going to play the king first. I know you're taught high card from the short side, but in bridge, there's often exceptions to these little rules. There's a reason I'm not playing high card from the short side, because I want to end in the dummy. Now the trump are gone. Now I can play the king of clubs and discard a losing diamond. And you know what? While I'm at it, I'm going to play the jack of clubs and discard a losing spade. Now, how many losers do I have? Well, I've already lost 1 trick earlier. Okay, I lost the ace of clubs earlier, and I'm still going to lose 1 spade. Not much I could do about that. I'll make 11 tricks on this hand, so I got 1 extra. Okay, and you see I have the last 2 trumps. So I'll get the last 2 tricks. All right, I made 11. I only needed 10. All right. Those are the practice hands, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.